Toofaced didn't just sell makeup, it sold attitude. In a world where beauty once meant beige palettes and boring rules, this unapologetically playful brand brought glitter, sass, and a whole lot of personality. Loved for its cheeky product names and eye-catching packaging, Toofaced quickly transformed from indie darling to billion-dollar empire.
But behind the peach-scented blushes and Instagram-perfect palettes lies a story of ambition, controversy, and relentless hustle. From small beginnings to a meteoric rise, Toofaced mastered the art of viral marketing, even as scandals threatened to overshadow its success. So how did this audacious brand evolve from a two-person startup into a global powerhouse? And how did it navigate the controversies and scandals that came with fame? Toofaced started with two retail employees who were completely over the 90s makeup scene. Jared Blandano and Jeremy Johnson were working behind beauty counters when they realized the industry had lost its spark. Everything was brown, basic, and full of rules. They wanted to create makeup that felt fun again. Bold colors, playful textures, and zero pressure to follow the rules. With no investors and no official lab, the duo got scrappy. Jared began melting down return testers and experimenting with shades after hours, mixing glitter and color in ways no one else was doing. Jeremy, meanwhile, worked on turning those wild ideas into real products, finding manufacturers, suppliers, and eventually building a supply chain. By 1998, Toofaced launched with a small but daring lineup: lipsticks, nail polishes, and eyeshadows that broke the rules. Their breakout hit? A black and silver glitter eyeshadow unlike anything else at the time. When Sephora picked it up, the brand exploded, proving that makeup could be fun, rebellious, and utterly unforgettable. Toofaced wasn't just another beauty brand, it was a revolution in a palette. The brand didn't just launch, it exploded. Once their glitter shadow hit Sephora shelves, it caught the eye of beauty lovers who had never seen anything like it. But what really lit the fuse? A feature in Vogue. Suddenly, Toofaced wasn't just an edgy indie brand, it was a name. That single eyeshadow became a bestseller for the next decade. By 2000, just 2 years in, Jared and Jeremy had already outgrown their dining room setup and moved into their first office. The hustle remained, but the vision grew bigger. Backed by giants like Sephora and Ulta, Toofaced quickly went global, turning makeup counters into playgrounds of bold color and glitter. What made them stand out? Fearless formulas, yes, but also an attitude. Toofaced laughed at the rules, embracing cheeky names, vibrant shades, and unapologetic glamour. They didn't just sell makeup, they sold joy, and the world was more than ready to play along. As the brand expanded, Toofaced embraced its signature style with even more flair. Irresistible packaging that popped on shelves, playful product names that made customers smile, and makeup so bold it demanded attention, both in person and across YouTube's exploding beauty scene. By the mid-2000s, while competitors stuck to neutrals and minimalism, Toofaced went bigger. Their products weren't just makeup. They were experience, wrapped in candy-colored packaging that looked good enough to eat. Then came the game changer, lip injection in 2005. This plumping gloss didn't just promise fuller lips. It delivered with a signature tingle that made applying it feel like a thrill. An instant cult favorite, it proved Toofaced wasn't just about fun and fantasy. They had the innovative formulas to back it up. The lesson? Playfulness and performance weren't opposites. They were the perfect pair, and they were just getting started. In 2006, while other brands were selling single eyeshadows, Toofaced dropped a revolution. Quickie Chronicles, one of the first all-in-one makeup palettes. Wrapped in retro pinup artwork, these compacts bundled blushes, eyeshadows, and glosses into a single seductive story. It wasn't just makeup. It was a mood, packaged for the girl who wanted her vanity to feel like a vintage boudoir. But the real magic wasn't just in the products, it was in the branding. While competitors scrambled to stand out, Toofaced had already mastered it. candy-colored packaging, flirtatious fonts, and a glamorous meets whimsical aesthetic that made every product instantly iconic. They didn't chase trends. They set them, crafting a visual language so distinct you could spot a Toofaced palette from far away. By the time beauty channels on YouTube exploded, Toofaced didn't need to adapt. They were born for it. Their products weren't just photogenic. They were designed for unboxing videos, flat lays, and shelfie bragging rights. Because long before Instagrammable was a marketing strategy, Toofaced was already playing the game and winning. Before viral marketing was in every brand's playbook, Toofaced was rewriting the rules. In 2008, when most beauty companies were still pouring budgets into airbrushed ads, they did something radical. They launched their own YouTube channel. Jared Blandino became the face of the brand in the most authentic way possible. His It's Happening series pulled back the curtain, turning product development into must-watch entertainment. With his unfiltered enthusiasm and flair for drama, Jared didn't just represent Toofaced, he embodied it. This digital-first strategy paid off spectacularly with their 2009 Chocolate Soleil matte bronzer. A game-changer that wasn't just great on skin, but smelled like actual cocoa powder. It was smart marketing with sensory appeal. Suddenly, bronzer wasn't just makeup, it was an experience. While competitors were still figuring out YouTube, Toofaced had cracked the code: make products worth filming, create content worth sharing, and build a brand personality fans want to engage with. Their early embrace of creator-style content made them a natural fit for hauls, tutorials, and GRWMs, proving that in the new beauty landscape, authenticity wasn't just valuable, it was vital. They didn't chase virality, they invented it. By the early 2000s and 10s, Toofaced was no longer just a cult favorite, it was a serious player. In 2012, private equity firm Western Presidio bought a majority stake for $71 million. That kind of investment meant one thing: scale. But the real seismic shift came in 2015. Global investment firm General Atlantic's rumored $500 million valuation put Toofaced in the beauty big leagues. Then, just 1 year later, Estée Lauder dropped the mic. A historic $1.45 billion full acquisition, making it one of the decade's most staggering beauty deals. Yet through it all, Toofaced never lost its rebellious spirit, proving that even billion-dollar brands could keep their soul. Now, the scrappy indie brand founded on glitter and sass was part of a corporate giant. But even with new ownership, Toofaced kept doing what it did best: building buzz, especially online. They doubled down on influencer marketing with some of the first high-profile YouTuber collabs, including one with Nikki Tutorials that made waves for more than just the makeup. At this point, Toofaced was making hundreds of millions a year, with products in stores around the world. They weren't just surviving in the beauty world, they were dominating it. But success came with controversy, and Toofaced hit turbulence as fast as they hit success. The first real blow came from what should have been a win: their 2016 collab with mega influencer Nikki Tutorials. The Power of Makeup palette sold like crazy, but it later emerged that Nikki had only been paid a flat $50,000. That might sound like a lot, until you consider the millions the brand made. When Jeffree Star publicly called it out, the internet lit up. And when Shane Dawson's 2019 documentary rehashed the deal, it exploded all over again. Nikki revealed that the palette's formula had allegedly been altered behind her back, and that the backlash nearly pushed her out of collabs for good. Then came something worse. Jared Blandino's sister, a Toofaced executive, posted transphobic comments online after Nikki came out as trans. The backlash was immediate and fierce. Toofaced fired her, but the damage stuck. The controversy deepened when Jared himself gifted his husband a tone-deaf Rich Lives Matter cake, a cringe-worthy moment that went viral for all the wrong reasons. Where fans once chuckled at the brand's edgy humor, they now saw something more troubling beneath the sparkle. Toofaced stood at a crossroads: cling to their problematic past or reinvent themselves for a new era of conscious beauty. The choice would determine whether this once-beloved brand could ever recapture its magic. When the brand known for glitter bombs and cheeky names introduced hangover skincare in 2019, fans saw a new side of Toofaced. The pastel pink packaging felt familiar, but the focus on self-care marked a subtle shift. Proof the brand could grow up without losing its playful DNA. Then, TikTok changed the game. Toofaced jumped on the platform early, crafting fun, scroll-stopping content that leaned into the app's DIY energy. Gone were the studio shoots, replaced by creators doing GRWMs in their bedrooms. Sumer Tassani, the company's vice president of marketing, would later reflect on how the pandemic became a catalyst for this transformation. "We realized influencers weren't just amplifying our message anymore," she noted. "They had become the message itself, and we needed to let that organic storytelling lead the way." The masterstroke came when they launched Maison Toofaced, a metaverse-inspired shopping experience that felt like stepping into their most whimsical product come to life. It was playful, it was immersive, and most importantly, it proved Toofaced could speak Gen Z's language while staying true to their glittery roots. Through every evolution, one truth remained constant. This was still the brand that believed makeup should be joyful above all else. The packaging might be sleeker, the campaigns more thoughtful, but that irreverent sparkle at their core, that would never fade. In an industry where relevance is fleeting, Toofaced had done the impossible. They'd grown up without growing old. The beauty world gasped when Toofaced's iconic founders, Jared Blandino and Jeremy Johnson, suddenly exited in 2022. These were the mad geniuses who turned makeup into a full-on sensory experience, where palettes smelled like peaches and mascara came with names that would make your grandma blush. For 24 years, Jared and Jeremy were Toofaced. Their over-the-top personalities and unfiltered social media presence made the brand feel like your most entertaining and slightly unhinged, beauty-obsessed best friend. Now, with new president Tara Simon at the helm under Estée Lauder's corporate umbrella, everyone's wondering, can this brand keep its magic without its original fairy godmothers? Early signs point to a glow-up. Simon's playing it smarter, tightening formulas, flirting with skincare, and giving the brand a sleeker, Gen Z-friendly facelift. But here's the real test. Can she keep the fun in Toofaced while ditching the drama? One thing's certain, this isn't the end. It's a high-stakes sequel, and the beauty world is watching.